Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Memory Lane. And I just want to show you guys of a few more gaming finds I came across on that eBay store. Recently I purchased a whole bunch of Resident Evil games from a Japanese store, Biohazard Games. They're known as Biohazard in Japan. And I decided to go return back to that store and buy another lot. So this time I bought like SNK fighting games. He had a couple of SNK fighting game lots, and I decided to combine two lots together, and he discounted the shipping, which is pretty cool. He had to figure out what the shipping cost was first, but he actually gave me a pretty good discount, and I ended up with a bunch of fighting games for the PlayStation. Let's check this out. And, down below is the actual eBay store, so you guys can go check that out as well towards the end of this video. And here we have Samurai Warriors, Samurai Shadow Warriors Rage 2. And this is a fighting game I've never played before. I never actually heard of this fighting game. But SNK comes out with so many fighting games that it's insane. And once again, he wraps up these things really, really nicely. So when you get these in the mail, it almost feels like you're getting a brand new PlayStation game. You get to unwrap it for the first time. And it's a very, very nice feeling to be able to unwrap a PlayStation game once again. It's very, very retro. Alright, the next one right here. Amakusa's Revenge Special. Amakusa's Revenge Special. This is another fighting game. I never heard of this fighting game. Have you guys heard of this before? It looks like a 2D SNK fighter, which they're very common to have SNK 2D fighters, like on various different consoles back then, like Sega Saturn and the PlayStation. It seems like their type of thing. The 2D fighters are pretty common for SNK. But this one, it looks like it came out in 97. I don't know too much about this game. I'm going to be honest with you. Alright. And here we go. We're getting into stuff that I do know about. King of Fighter 99. These were very, very popular back in the day. King of Fighters. And this one comes with... once again, the plastic wrapped around it, and the label art's pretty cool. It has the face, and it has the King of Fighter 99 on top, in a very, very late 90s style. And that's what the back looks like right there. And on the PlayStation games, you have Japanese on one side of the spine label, and then you have English on the other side. But that's not the case for all games on PlayStation over in Japan. Some of them have Japanese on both spine labels, which is annoying. Alright, looks like we have ourselves Samurai Showdown 3 on the PlayStation right here. And this is your typical 2D fighter game made by SNK. Can't complain, because Samurai Showdown has always been a pretty decent series on the Neo Geo and on various different consoles. Whatever consoles you can get SNK fighting games for, whether it's the Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo, obviously most of us couldn't afford a Neo Geo back in the day. I played most of my fighting games on like a Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis. So, Fatal Fury, World Heroes, things like that. All the King of Fighter games came out on the Saturn and the PlayStation, I think. And I think on the Dreamcast. We have King of Fighters 96. And pretty cool looking label art right there. I have to... This thing's focused on my face. There's like a square right here. I'm looking at the actual screen. King of Fighters 96 spine label. And this is another 2D fighting game. And if you couldn't afford a Neo Geo, this would be the more affordable option for you right here is to buy a PlayStation copy. I mean, think about it. Can you imagine, like, back in the day, owning or having the option to either buy a PlayStation or a Neo Geo? Like, which way would you go? Because the Neo Geo is very, very expensive. It might be even more affordable to buy a brand new PlayStation back in 96, 97 versus buying a Neo Geo. And the PlayStation, you had way more games, you had 3D capabilities. Like, why would you even think about buying a Neo Geo back then? I could see back in like 91 buying a Neo Geo console, because back then, yeah, there was no 3D games and stuff, but the Neo Geo maintained its high price going all the way until like the 2000s, and it still is expensive. It's a very, very expensive console. And here we have King of Fighters 95 for the PlayStation. This is one of those earlier PlayStation games. This came out definitely in 95. So here's a prime example, like back in 95. I don't, off the top of my head, I'm guessing a Neo Geo console probably costed $500 or $600. And a PlayStation, maybe, I don't know, $350, $400. So here you go. You can actually buy King of Fighters on a PlayStation. And maybe it's not quite arcade perfect, but it's good enough that you're actually getting a pretty good experience. And you're probably better off with the PlayStation console or the Sega Saturn. The Sega Saturn costed a little bit more money back in the day, but when it comes to 2D fighter games, the Sega Saturn did it better. Usually you got arcade perfect fighting games on the Sega Saturn. So you use an expansion cartridge. Now, I do have a couple of SNK games on the Saturn. It's a little finicky playing on the Saturn though, but sometimes if it doesn't work properly, it freezes with the cartridge and all that stuff. But there's an expansion cartridge you plug into the back of it, and it gives you arcade perfect graphics. Here we have King of Fighter 98, and it looks quite similar to the 99 box art, except the face is different. And this right here is, once again, a 2D fighter game. And these all came out in the Neo Geo, by the way. I've never seen a Neo Geo in person, but the cartridges look gigantic. They look like VCR tapes. And now these are all standard size PlayStation boxes. Usually on certain PlayStation games in Japan, they use like huge boxes. But so far, these are all pretty much standard size. And here we have King of Fighters 97, and this is probably so far my favorite box art out of all the King of Fighter games. It looks pretty cool. You have one of the fighters like crouching down right there. It looks like he's about ready to fight. And I like the color schemes. I like the way it looks. And I like on the back they have some 2D sprites right there. Some pretty cool stuff. And this is King of Fighter 97. And I never really played too many King of Fighter games, I gotta be honest with you. I played a lot of the older SNK games, like World Heroes, Fatal Fury, The Art of Fighting, or Art of Fighters, whatever it's called. I played those. I have it on the Super Nintendo, somewhere over here. These are all my Super Nintendo games right here. And just to give you an example, we have Fatal Fury. So those are the SNK games I played the most. These are a bit newer than those. And here we have King of Fighters Kaio. It's K-Y-O. I believe that's Kaio. And this definitely looks interesting. It looks... apparently came out in 98, and it's a bit more of a sophisticated King of Fighters game. They show the select screen on the back, up here in the corner, and they show what appears to be a bit of the actual battle in the back. I don't know if this is 3D polygons or not, but it looks different. I'm gonna have to check this out later on. So if you guys like King of Fighters, what is your favorite King of Fighters game? And here we have a fighting game or something right here. I'm not sure what this is. And the reason why I'm not sure what this is a wide case. And on both sides of the spine label, it's Japanese. So, yeah, it looks like it's a Samurai Showdown game. And I guess we can compare it to the other Samurai Showdown game down here. So this is the other Samurai Showdown game. If we compare it, the actual font, I don't know. Alright guys, I'm going to be honest, I don't know what this game is. I'm going to have to probably look up the serial number on this game. There is no copy. Well, there's a copyright in the back, but it doesn't say in English what this is. Here's the back of it right there. So the serial number for this game is SLPS 00814. So I'm going to have to look that up just to figure out what this game is. And until then, since I don't have my phone on me, I'm not going to be able to actually look that up at the moment. But this does appear to be... It looks like either a beat 'em up or a role-playing game. Look on the back, it doesn't look like a fighting game. It looks different. So I'm not exactly certain on what this is. I'm going to be honest with you. But it is an SNK game, and it was part of the bundle. So that's pretty much... Let's make a thumbnail right here. Alright, so that is pretty much it. So 90% of those were fighting games, and there was one oddball game right here that's... I'm not sure what that is. I think it's some sort of SNK role-playing game or something. I didn't know that SNK made role-playing games, but it kind of looks like that on the screenshot. We'll have to definitely check that out at a later date. If you guys want to look up that serial number that I read off, comment down below and let me know what that game is. And stay tuned, so I have a few more games I want to show off in a later video. So, hope you guys give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and let me know what you think.